Hey there everyone, this is Poorman973. I hope you guys can see me. I'm sitting here in my car at one of my favorite spots at the Bear River State Park. It's just where a bend in the river is, and I decided to come down here so you guys didn't see where I live and stuff like that, like my house. And it was actually, it was fairly uneventful right now. The wind is still blowing pretty bad, and I'll show you guys what happened last night. We got hit by a blizzard, and the wind was blowing just incredibly hard. I mean, I've never seen the wind blow that hard before. And here in town, I'll probably drive around a little town and show a couple pictures of what I saw, and here there's some wonderful examples of what's happened. And we're going to get out of the car. It's very cold. But yeah, we're going to get out of the car, and I'm going to show a couple things. You know, it's like, and my alarm's going to go off. Hold on. Would you stop it? Turn my car back on because I want it to stay warm. Alright. Alright everyone. This is what I'm talking about. There's stuff like this all over town. I didn't actually know that this was going to be here. But see, this ain't just a little tree. This is an enormous tree. It's just been broken. See, we got another one down there. And there are leaves and branches and all sorts of stuff. Like I said, right now it's cold and the wind's blowing, but it's nothing like it was. Come up to this tree, and I'm really cautious around these trees because technically they could come down. See these big cottonwoods. They're not the most sturdy of trees, but look, this thing has just been sheared off, and this is its stump. This is where that big tree was. And now it's clear over here. We'll keep walking, and I'm really cautious about these trees, and I keep looking up at them, and it's just, and right now I really wish I had some gloves. I couldn't find my gloves because it is cold. I think this is just a big branch or something, but look, it's just, they've just been sheared off, just taken right off the tree. Like I said, cottonwoods aren't the strongest trees around. In fact, as they get old, they become really brittle. So come over here. My fingers are freezing. And see, this one broke in the middle here. It's just kind of broken off here. And it's so cold. And right now you can barely tell that the wind's been blowing at all, well, except for the down trees. And it's really something. I mean, like I said, I think this is probably the worst wind blizzard that I've ever been in. Right now, half the town is without power. We'll come over here because we see some more some more stuff here, and I'm being really careful around these trees. I don't want to get too close, because if they were damaged enough that that slight breeze is going to knock them down, I don't want to be underneath them. See even more downed trees, and I'm sure they're going to come take care of all this stuff as soon as they can, because this is dangerous. This is in the middle of the state park. The fingers holding my phone are, sorry, getting cold. I'm going to stick them in my pocket. And all right, we're going to actually walk back this way, and we're going to go take a look at the field where the rendezvous was. I'll be posting a video on that soon. I recorded my trip to the rendezvous, but oddly enough, when I was actually trying to process the video, the power turned off, and it's an hour-long video, and it takes a long time to process. Okay, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. So once again, I think this is another top of a tree. And this is just in the state park. You know, this has happened all around town while I was driving here. I saw an entire enormous tree just uprooted. I'm like, holy crap. My dad called me and he says that people had been losing their roofs and that trees have been ripped out of the ground. And for a second, I didn't believe him. I slept through most of it. Come over here. Once again, I'm still being very cautious of these trees. I don't know if this was here before or not. Probably an old one, but see, some of the tops are already dead, so it's kind of hard to tell. We'll just keep kind of walk towards the bridge where I recorded that video where I was Lester and I chased after my sister. See if we can find anything down there. I'm just walking across this field here. And you have to be careful, as I've shown, a lot of these cottonwood trees, the tops of them die. And it's good for birds, because birds build nests in them. But it's really dangerous, because the tree's essentially dead. And they get that real brittle, and they can fall down. Until right now, I feel safer walking across this field with nothing in it. Even though I know there are potholes where like prairie dog squeakies, as we call them here, they're squeakies, live. And I could easily fall in one of those. And it's just like, holy crap, and my fingers are starting to freeze again. I'm gonna try something. There, I stuck it in the sleeve of my coat while I'm holding my phone. It's not the best, but to tell you the truth, some of these trees over here, I'm really surprised they're still standing. But maybe there's probably strength in numbers. We'll see, we've got some fallen debris over here, and looks like we've got some fallen debris over here. See, there's the bench where Lester was sitting. And it's just like so cold, and trees down everywhere. See if I can zoom in. Looks like there's something down over there. I can't really tell. I'm not gonna walk there. I'm here without my cane, so my legs are hurting a little bit. But yeah, it's like my my fingers are frozen, and the wind is just freezing cold. That, you know, it's not the ambient temperature right now, it's actual just the freezing cold wind, and it's just bitterly cold. And I am actually totally shocked at the even these brittle cottonwood trees just being knocked down. It's not anything that I'm used to seeing. We get blizzards every now and again, but they were saying like 100-mile-an-hour winds. That it's like we almost like got hit by a hurricane. Never been in a hurricane before, so if anyone has, let me know. Do you see ripped up trees and stuff like this? Well, it's usually not covered in snow, right? It usually has to be somewhere warm to get hit by a hurricane or a cyclone or whatever it is they call them. And we're gonna go up past my car and see if there's anything at my favorite bend of the river where I recorded the moose video. Like I said, this is one of my favorite places along the river here. Walk past these trees that we've already shown. I'm gonna give this tree a wide berth. This tree here, we're just gonna kind of walk. Right now my leg hurts pretty bad, but we're gonna keep going. And there, you can see stuff like this along the river, along the road, but I'm not going to recording from my phone while I drive. That's just irresponsible. We'll head over here. This is where the berm is that they built to help stop this area from flooding. Right now the river is still pretty low. Oh, look at this. Big old tree branch right down there in the river. Right here the river looks actually pretty good, but if you look down there it gets significantly slower. I've seen lots of people drive down the road. We must be coming to look at the damage to the state park, just like I am. See, down over that way is where we recorded some moose that were in the river. And I said, "Look, moose!" All right, I think this is, see up there? That's where this was. At least that's what I'm assuming. It looks like a fresh break. Oh, sorry, finger. I had to switch hands. These really just huge cottonwood trees. And the only thing I'll really show more is I might take a picture of that tree I just saw uprooted, not snapped, uprooted. It's taken right out of the ground. So, but for right now, I'm going to turn my camera around. For right now, this has been Poor Man 973. I hope you all have a nice day.